Welcome back to Days of Our Lives channel. Today, you will learn about the explosive drama hitting Salem on Monday, August 18th, 2025. The upcoming episode promises heart-stopping revelations, family betrayals, and romantic surprises that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. Alex Kiriakis stunned Stephanie Johnson with unexpected surprise. The Salem business world is about to witness a dramatic shift as Alex Kiriakis prepares to deliver a surprise that could completely alter his relationship with Stephanie Johnson. Sources close to the production revealed that Alex's grand gesture goes far beyond typical romantic overtures. This surprise carries professional implications that could reshape Stephanie's entire career trajectory. The timing of Alex's surprise couldn't be more strategic, coming at a moment when Stephanie finds herself at a crossroads, both personally and professionally. Industry insiders suggest that Alex's proposal might involve a lucrative business opportunity that combines their personal chemistry with professional ambitions. The surprise reportedly unfolds in an intimate setting, but the ramifications will echo throughout Salem's elite circles. What makes this surprise particularly intriguing is Alex's recent discovery of sensitive information that could impact multiple Salem families. The convergence of personal feelings and business secrets creates a powder keg situation that promises to explode across multiple storylines. Stephanie's reaction to Alex's surprise will reportedly set the stage for several weeks of compelling drama that intertwines romance, business ethics, and family loyalty. DiMera faces devastating confrontation with Uncle Tony. The DiMera family dynasty teeters on the brink of collapse as DiMera finds himself under brutal attack from his own uncle, Tony DiMera. The confrontation between these two powerful men represents more than just a family disagreement. It's a battle for the very soul of DiMera Enterprises and everything the family name represents in Salem's power structure. Tony's devastating critique of EJ's recent decisions cuts deep into the younger DiMera's already wounded psyche. The older DiMera patriarch doesn't hold back, unleashing years of pent-up frustration about EJ's handling of both family, business, and personal matters. The emotional meltdown that follows reveals EJ's vulnerability beneath his typically composed exterior, showing viewers a side of the character rarely seen on screen. The timing of Tony's intervention couldn't be more crushing for EJ, who's already reeling from Johnny's shocking announcement about his termination. The confluence of professional humiliation and family betrayal creates a perfect storm that threatens to destroy everything EJ has worked to build. Tony's ultimatum regarding the future direction of DiMera Enterprises forces EJ into an impossible position where every choice carries devastating consequences. What makes this confrontation particularly explosive is Tony's knowledge of EJ's recent vulnerabilities, including the shooting incident and the ongoing legal trouble surrounding Johnny. Tony weaponizes this information, using EJ's weakest moments against him in a calculated assault designed to seize control of the family empire. The psychological warfare between uncle and nephew reaches levels of intensity that will leave both characters permanently changed. Chanel DiMera's desperate plea to Johnny. The courtroom drama intensifies as Chanel DiMera finds herself caught in an increasingly dangerous legal web that threatens to destroy both her freedom and her marriage to Johnny DiMera. Her testimony at Johnny's trial has created unexpected complications that now put her directly in the crosshairs of EJ's prosecutorial strategy. Chanel's urgent plea for Johnny to prioritize his own defense over protecting her reveals the depth of her love and the severity of their situation. She recognizes that EJ's latest tactical shift makes her a target, and she desperately wants Johnny to understand that his misguided gallantry could doom them both. The emotional weight of asking her husband to essentially abandon her defense showcases Chanel's strength and sacrifice. The irony of their situation isn't lost on either character. Johnny's attempts to shield Chanel from prosecution may actually ensure her arrest. EJ's cold calculation in targeting Chanel represents a masterclass in legal manipulation, using the couple's love for each other as a weapon against them. The psychological pressure builds as Chanel realizes that her noble gesture of testifying may have sealed her own fate. Behind the scenes, sources reveal that Chanel's storyline will explore themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and the sometimes devastating cost of doing the right thing. Her character development through this crisis transforms her from a somewhat naive newlywed into a woman forced to make impossible choices that will define her future in Salem. Gabi Hernandez's strategic apology to Xander Kiriakis. Salem's web of secrets grows more complex as Gabi Hernandez orchestrates what appears to be a heartfelt apology to Xander Kiriakis. But insider sources suggest her motives run far deeper and simple remorse. This carefully planned interaction represents Gabi's latest attempt to gather crucial information that could impact multiple ongoing storylines. The apology scene unfolds with typical soap opera intensity, as Gabi's performance walks the fine line between genuine emotion and calculated manipulation. Her ability to project sincerity while harboring ulterior motives showcases the character's evolution into one of Salem's most skilled operators. Xander's response to her overture will reportedly reveal new facets of his character that fans haven't seen before. What makes this interaction particularly compelling is the underlying sexual tension that continues to simmer between Gabi and Xander despite their complicated history. Their chemistry creates an unpredictable dynamic where neither character can be entirely certain of the other's true intentions. The possibility that Gabi's guilt over her deception might lead to genuine feelings adds another layer of complexity to an already intricate situation. The information Gabi seeks from Xander reportedly connects to several major storylines, including the ongoing DiMera family crisis and Steve Johnson's investigation into Alex's background. Her success or failure in extracting this intelligence could shift the balance of power among Salem's elite families, making her apology far more significant than it initially appears. Steve Johnson's urgent request for Kayla's assistance. The Johnson family faces a new crisis as Steve uncovers disturbing information about Alex Kiriakis that forces him to seek his wife Kayla's professional expertise and personal support. The nature of Steve's discovery suggests criminal activity that could endanger multiple Salem residents, including their own family members. Steve's decision to involve Kayla in his investigation reflects both his trust in her judgment and the serious nature of the threat he's uncovered. Their partnership in addressing this crisis harks back to their greatest adventures together, when they combine Steve's investigative skills with Kayla's medical knowledge and ethical grounding to protect their community. The reunion of their professional talents promises to deliver the kind of classic Johnson teamwork that longtime fans treasure. The criminal information Steve has stumbled upon reportedly involves pharmaceutical connections that directly relate to Kayla's medical expertise. This development not only provides a logical reason for her involvement, but also creates opportunities for the couple to showcase their intellectual compatibility alongside their romantic chemistry. Their collaborative approach for solving this mystery will test both their marriage and their individual moral compasses. Sources close to the production hint that Steve's investigation into Alex's background will uncover connections to organized crime that stretch back years, possibly involving the Kiriakis family's legitimate business operations. The scope of this conspiracy threatens to engulf multiple Salem families and could reshape the show's power dynamics for months to come. DiMera's professional and personal collapse. The walls continue closing in around DiMera as Johnny delivers the devastating news of his termination, adding professional humiliation to an already overwhelming list of personal and legal crises. This latest blow strikes at the heart of EJ's identity as a successful attorney and threatens to unravel everything he's worked to achieve in Salem's legal community. Johnny's brutal honesty about EJ's professional failings represents a complete reversal of their traditional father-son dynamic. The younger DiMera's willingness to fight his own father demonstrates the depth of his disappointment and the severity of EJ's recent mistakes. This role reversal forces EJ to confront uncomfortable truths about his recent decision-making and professional conduct. The termination announcement comes at the worst possible moment for EJ, who desperately needs professional victories to offset his mounting personal problems. His legal career has always been his refuge during family crises, but now even that sanctuary has been stripped away by his own son's lack of confidence in his abilities. The psychological impact of this rejection cuts deeper than any courtroom defeat. Behind the professional devastation lies a more profound family tragedy, the complete breakdown of trust between father and son. Johnny's decision to fight EJ represents not just professional judgment, but a personal verdict on EJ's character and recent actions. The long-term implications for their relationship may prove even more significant than the immediate career consequences. Which storyline captivates you most as Salem braces for Monday's explosive revelations? The romantic surprises, family betrayals, and criminal investigations all promised to deliver the high-stakes drama that makes Days of Our Lives appointment television or millions of devoted fans worldwide. Nothing a kiss can't fix. A dramatic encounter at the Salem Inn. In the quaint town of Salem, where secrets swirl like autumn leaves in the wind, life often takes unexpected turns. For those of us who remember the days when soap operas filled our afternoons with twists and turns, stories like this remind us that even in the midst of tension, a simple act of affection can mend almost anything. Today, let's dive into a heartfelt and dramatic tale involving Freeman Adam, Leo, and Javiwell's paths cross in a hotel room filled with worry, mischief, and a touch of romance. This isn't just a quick story, it's a journey through emotions, decisions, and the power of human connection. I'll explain it all step by step, nice and clear, so you can picture it as if you were right there in the room. It all started at the Salem Inn, a cozy little place that's seen its share of dramas over the years. Adam and Leo were stuck there, probably because they were on jury duty for some big court case. You know how it is with juries, they are not allowed to talk about the trial outside of the courtroom to keep things fair. So, Adam, trying to lighten the mood and distract from the forbidden topic, suggested they chat about the Chicago Bears. Now, for folks like us who enjoy a good football game on Sunday afternoons, that might sound like a fun idea. The Bears are that famous team from Chicago, with their tough players and loyal fans. But Leo, he had something else in mind entirely. Leo wasn't thinking about football at all. When he heard bear, his mind wandered to a different kind of slang term in some circles for a big, burly, hairy man who's often seen as cuddly and strong. It's a playful word in the gay community. And Leo, with his witty personality, probably wanted to steer the conversation towards something more personal and flirty. But instead of diving into that, he rubbed his temples, looking all sorts of uncomfortable. Adam, being the helpful type, picked up the phone to call the front desk. "Let's get a deck of cards," he said, hoping the game might pass the time. He was also curious about the actors in Body and Soul, which I believe is a fictional soap opera within this storyline of like the shows we used to watch, full of glamour and intrigue. Adam wanted all the juicy details, but Leo wasn't in the mood. That's when things took a dramatic turn. Leo's discomfort escalated. "It's not just a headache," he groaned. "This feels much worse. I think I might be having a stroke." Imagine the panic that set in. Strokes are serious business, especially as we get older. We all know someone who's dealt with one, and it's nothing to take lightly. Adam's face went pale as a sheet. He fumbled with his phone, his hands shaking. "We need to call 911 right now," he exclaimed, his voice rising with fear. Leo, ever the dramatist, nodded weakly and urged him on. "Yes, do it, hurry!" The room, which had been quiet and tense, suddenly buzzed with urgency. Sirens wailed in the distance as help arrived faster than you could say emergency. In rushed Javi, a paramedic with a calm demeanor but sharp eyes, along with his partner. Javi was no stranger to high-stakes situations. He carried his medical kit like a trusted old friend, rummaging through it with practiced ease. He glanced at Adam curiously, perhaps wondering about the dynamics in the room or these two men, and what was really going on. Leo sat at the small wooden table in the corner, his brow furrowed deep like the lines on an old map, clutching his head as if the world was spinning. The paramedics burst through the door, their boots thumping on the carpet, bringing with them the stale smell of medical supplies and the promise of relief. But here's where the plot thickens. My friends, in that very moment, as the professionals swarmed in, Leo's symptoms seemed to vanish like morning mist. "Actually, I feel a bit better now," he admitted sheepishly, but with a twinkle in his eye that suggested maybe, just maybe, this wasn't entirely genuine. Still, he insisted Javi check him over, just to be safe. After all, better safe than sorry, right? We've all had those moments where a little egg turns into a big way. Javi, sensing the need for discretion, asked for some privacy. "Let's give them space," he said to Adam and his partner. Adam hesitated for a second, his way lines deepening. Was the kind of friend who sticks by you through thick and thin, but he nodded and stepped out into the hallway with the other paramedic. The door clicked shut, leaving Javi and Leo alone in the dimly lit room. The air was thick with unspoken words, the kind that hang between people who share a deeper connection. Now, alone at last, Javi leaned in closer, his voice dropping to a whisper. "I can take you to the hospital if you want," he offered kindly. "That would get you excused from jury duty, no questions asked." It was a tempting escape hatch. Jury duty can be a real grind, especially for a big case that drags on, keeping you away from your daily life. But Leo, he shook his head firmly, his eyes lighting up with determination. No way, he replied, his voice steady now. After what happened in court today, this jury seat is worth more to me than a front row ticket to Game 7 of the Super Bowl of the World Series. For that matter, picture that excitement, the Super Bowl, with its halftime shows and nail-biting plays, or the World Series, where baseball heroes swing for the fences and the stadium lights. To Leo, staying on that jury was like holding a golden ticket to something even bigger, perhaps because of some shocking revelation in the trial that made him feel important, needed, even thrilled to be part of it all. But beneath the bravado, Leo's true motive peeked through. He wasn't really after medical help or an easy out. What he craved was something simpler, more tender. Turning to Javi with a soft smile, he said, "You know what would really make me feel better? A kiss from my boyfriend." Oh, there it wastes romantic heart of the story. Javi, who turned out to be Leo's sweetheart, didn't hesitate. His eyes softened and he leaned in, their lips meeting in a gentle, reassuring kiss. It was one of those moments that remind us all, sometimes the best medicine isn't in a pill bottle or a doctor's office. It's in the warmth of human touch, the comfort of someone who cares. As the kiss lingered, the tension in the room melted away like ice cream on a summer day. Outside, Adam paced the hallway, probably wondering if his friend was okay. The paramedic partner stood by, radio cracking softly. But inside, everything felt right again. Leo's stroke had been more of a dramatic flare than a real emergency, perhaps a way to steal a private moment with Javi amid the chaos of sequestration. And Javi, with his heroic job and caring nature, was just the right person to play along. This little episode at the Salem Inn teaches us a timeless lesson. Life throws curveballs, whether it's a headache that feels like the end of the world or the stress, big responsibilities, that jury duty. But often, what we need most isn't a grand solution, it's a listening ear, a helping hand, or yes, even a kiss to chase the worries away. For Adam, it was a scare that strengthened friendships. For Leo, it was a clever ploy that reaffirmed his place in the drama unfolding around him. And for Javi, it was another day saving the day, one heartbeat at a time. In the end, as the paramedics packed up and left, the three men shared a laugh. The crisis averted. The Chicago Bears forgotten. The actors in body and soul, maybe another time. What mattered was the bond they shared, proving once again that in Salem anywhere, real anything a kiss can't fix.